Hey guys, welcome back to another Let's Play tutorial video for Heroes of the Storm. Now, if we go into our Zerg character, Zagara, or however you pronounce that, we're going to look at the different skins that you can use. Level 10, obviously, that unlocks the Master Skin, and then you can always buy these. Again, you can always change the color, the variations here, if you like to. He doesn't have a mount, it's because he gets wings. So that's the look you will have, is like a creepy-looking butterfly kind of creature. Now we'll go through each one of his abilities that he starts with, the 4, as well as his heroic abilities, and then the talents that you can train later on. So we got Barrage here. Launch a stream of battlings that explode on contact with an enemy. Now these are kind of cool. They're basically like giant mites that will run from you in a straight line, and usually have around 4 to start with, I believe. And they run in a straight line, and whatever they hit first, they explode on contact. So basically little mini bombs that you're shooting at these guys. Hunter Killer unleashes a Hydralisk on an enemy. That's kind of cool. It's a nice little direct damage spell that you basically can pop down on people. Infestation Pod. Bombard an area with a Zerg drop pod that spawns Roachlings. That's kind of a cool little thing as well. Creep Tomb regenerates creeps, allowing Zagara and her minions to move faster. So apparently she's a female. This one's kind of nice. These you can basically throw down every 2 seconds, and it will heal you as well as your little minions. There's no number or limit that I've seen so far to how many of these you can have. On the last map that I just played, if you guys watched that one, you will see that I have them everywhere, and they stay there until somebody destroys them. And of course it changes the ground color just like in the game, what's the StarCraft, to that kind of like, you know, brownish, like tan, leather covered skin kind of thing that the base would have for those characters. That puts it down there as a nice little illusion, and you know where it's at and where's the range for that. And I like I said, I put down 50 or 60 of these things, and nobody ever destroyed any of them. So you got the heroic ability. Devouring Maw summons a giant maw to engulf enemies in an area, devouring and damaging them. Yeah, some of you guys may have seen this and not known what it was. It's like a giant centipede that comes up from out of the ground and circles an enemy, basically strangling them and attacking them at the same time, and it stops them from being able to move, but it doesn't stun them or anything like that. So you got the network, place worms around the battlefield to travel between them. Well, that's kind of a cool little thing that you can zap around the battlefield. And some of the maps, this may come in very handy, especially the ones where you have to take over the waypoints on the top and the bottom, to be able to jump back and forth and really make a difference is kind of cool. Of course, you don't get these till level 10, so keep that in mind. Okay, at level 1, you got hooks. Battling can travel twice as far. That's kind of a nice one to have, although, like I said before, the first thing that it hits, it blows up. So if you're trying to attack an enemy from very far away, or towers from very far away, this would be kind of a cool thing to have, so that you don't have to get as close. Corpse Feeder, Roachlings can gain increased duration for kills. So the more they kill, the longer the duration. Kills earned by Roachlings increase their duration by 10 seconds. Reconstruction Tuition. Health regeneration bonus on creeps increased to 300%. That's kind of nice. Demolitionist. Basic attacks against structures destroy 1 ammo and deals an additional 10% damage. I kind of like this for the main reason that it destroys 1 ammo, and you're really, for like guard towers and stuff like that, can make a huge difference, because they only have, I believe, like 10 ammo to start with. And so just your basic attack, just 10 attacks will destroy all their ammo. And of course you're going to be getting hit while you do it, or your minions will be getting hit. So you don't even need to get 10, you only need to get like 7 or something like that to be able to wipe out all their ammo. Once their ammo's gone, they're basically useless until they regenerate more ammo. So a very cool thing to have. Spines. Basic attacks have their range increased by 20% and deal an additional 15 damage over 3 seconds. You know, it's kind of a nice little thing. It's your basic attack that can attack from further away. So Medusa's Blades. Basic attacks deal 25% more damage to 3 nearby targets. That might be worthwhile if you're going to be going towards more people than buildings. The range would become in handy more towards buildings, I believe, because you can sit outside the range if you have enough of them. Tumor Clutch. Creep Tumors Mana's cost removed. Cooldown decreased to 10 seconds. That's kind of nice. It's a trait. Activate to poison an enemy hero, dealing 210 damage over 6 seconds. That could come in handy. It doesn't kill them right away, unfortunately, but if you can cast it on them right before they're ready to run, you know, even if they get out of range, they're still going to die. Infest. Increase an ally's lane minions damage by 400%, holds up to 2 charges. That could come in handy as well. Battle Momentum. Basic attacks reduce ability cooldown by 0.5 seconds. I don't really like these 0.5 or 1 or 2 seconds. It really, yeah, it's not a lot of a bonus, especially for the stuff that you can get within this level. Acid. Baneling's damage against non-heroic targets increased by 50%. You got Sacks. Infested drops now spawn 3 Roachlings. Endless Creep. Creep tumors spread creep twice as fast and 25% further. Rapid Incubation. Channel to regenerate up to 25% of your health and mana over 3 seconds. That's kind of a nice little thing. The thing I found with this character is he runs out of power or mana very quickly because he has so many spells and they come back so quickly, and they're just really, really all good to use. And I think I went a little bit overboard with his health spell, this one down here on the bottom, the Creep Tumor. So I might slow down on that one, but you know, anytime you have health, it's always a good thing. And then your heroic abilities, we went over that. Summons a Devouring Maul that deals 75 damage and devours enemies for 4 seconds. Devoured enemies cannot fight and take 38 damage per second. Obviously, that's pretty nice to have. Then your network summons a worm at target location that you can enter by right-clicking. While inside, you exit by targeting a worm with R or right-clicking near the worm. Maximum 4 worms. So that's kind of a nice little thing to have. You can have 4 different locations, maybe one back to a health fountain, and the other 3 on certain parts of the map. I haven't unlocked that one yet, so I haven't tried that. Hydralisk, now summon a Mutalisk that can fly, has bounce attacks. Your Hunter Killer now spawns a Mutalisk with a bounce attack and 50% increased duration. You got Groove Spines. Hunter Killer has its range increased by 35% and damage is increased by 20. Bile Drop. Enemies hit by the drop pod take an additional 100% of that damage over 4 seconds. That's very cool right there. The Giant Killer basic attacks against enemy heroes deal bonus damage equal to 1.5% of the hero's max health. I kind of like that one. Spell Shield. Upon taking ability damage, reduce all ability damage taken by 50% for 2 seconds. Can only trigger once every 30 seconds. Not a big fan of those. Several other characters have that, and I've never really found any need to use it. Massacre. Now spawns 8 Banelings. That's kind of nice. You keep increasing the number as you get further. This is basically 8 bombs you're sending towards the target now, and you can do some massive damage. Let's see. Brood Expansion. You can hold up to 2 charges, a Hunter Killer. Any charge increase is a very nice thing to have for a spell that you're already using anyways. Metabolic Boost. Movement speed boost on creep increased to 40%. Stone Skin. Activate to gain 30% of your max health as shields for 5 seconds. This is kind of a cool thing to do that I've used on several other characters. Although this character seems to be able to be in the back as a range support, range specialist class, so he doesn't really need a shield that often as long as you have other characters there that can take the hits or basically take the attention away from the other players coming after you. Fury of the Storm. Basic attacks bounce twice to nearby enemies for 50% damage. Again, I've always compared this to being you're shooting somebody in the shoulder, bullet goes through them for 100% damage, and then hits somebody behind them, and they take half the damage because the bullet's slowed down. That's basically what this is doing. It bounces twice to nearby enemies, but they're only taking half the amount of damage. Bolt of the Storm. Activate to teleport to a nearby location. Not really useful with this character, since if you get at level 10 and go with the worm, you're going to get that anyways. In fact, you're going to get 4 of them, and they stay open, it sounds like. So I wouldn't, waste my time with this one. Now, every class at level 20, once you've upgraded it to a certain level, will unlock the extra 2 down here, which will increase the spells that you get, your heroic abilities at level 10. Now I'll go through those right now. Tyrant Maul. Devouring Maul deals 50% more damage, and heroes killed while in the Maul reduce its cooldown by 50 seconds. That's kind of a nice little bonus to your Maul spell. And Broodling Nest. Exiting a worm spawns 6 broodlings to attack up to the nearest lane. This effect has a 20-second cooldown. That's kind of nice. Every time you exit one of those things, you're going to get 6 more broodlings. Can't really argue with that. I would actually go with that in my opinion. Again, guys, if you like these little tutorials, little brief looks at the talents and abilities and heroic abilities, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below, or as always, hit me up a game. Thanks again for watching.